Hillel Academy Tampa is a private Jewish community day school, embracing the diversity, rich culture, and traditions of Judaism. At Hillel, students receive a superior education enhanced by the opportunity to learn about their place in the community. Accredited by the Florida Council of Independent Schools and the Florida Kindergarten Council, Hillel is a member of the Jewish Community Day School Network and the National Association of Independent Schools. They're also up next on Bayside. Good morning and welcome to Bayside. I am your host, Shelly Sanders, and like I said earlier, we're talking all about Hillel Academy Tampa. Now, here to talk to us about it, Miss Wendy Lee. We have had you on the show so many times. I feel like you're an old friend now.
I feel at home here. It's awesome.
Wendy's back. And you have Michael Gamson with you. Michael, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
And this is a first to have Hillel on the show.
Yeah, it's exciting to be here.
It is exciting stuff you guys are doing over there at the Academy. Oh my goodness. Without further ado, I know the suspense is killing you at home, right? Let's talk about it. Okay, you've been in the area for quite a while. You've got a lot of fancy pat your back accreditations, some bragging rights, if you will. So talk to me a little bit about it, Michael.
Well, yeah, Hillel's been in Tampa since the early 70s. And excuse me, we moved from South Tampa to Carrollwood a while back, and just grown and grown from there. And I'd like to think that we provide a premier education for the whole community.
Talk to me a little bit about tradition and the tradition there at the Academy. What makes you unique from perhaps other private schools?
Sure. Well, Hillel Academy is the only accredited Jewish day school in Tampa, and of course with a religious school comes a lot of tradition. So we have generations of students coming back to Hillel. You know, we have the children of children who have attended, and the one thing that we really do is build a community. So all of the traditions of religion are incorporated into everything we do. So our kids attend services on Mondays and Thursdays. They learn Hebrew, they learn about their heritage, their religion, and then they attend holiday events, you know, Passover and Shabbat services and things that are all part of the Jewish tradition.
Now talk to me about how big it is. How big is this school?
Well, the campus is many acres.
It's
I'm
about
not sure.
10. I've heard between 10 to 13 acres.
Wow.
It's an amazing campus, and it's a wonderfully vibrant building.
Mm-hmm.
It's got high ceilings. It's got a lot of big windows and open layout and fresh air and a lot of art and vibrant colors. And the kids can just not run, but have free reign in the school, and it makes for a very kind of nurturing and inspirational environment.
Sure, and a lot of inspiration indeed, and that runs the gamut, right?
Sure.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about all the different opportunities that your students have.
Well, I think that one of the main things is that it's a very small student and teacher ratio, so they get a lot of attention, and they can, what I have heard is that, for example, in math, there could be 8 different levels of math.
Sure.
So it's very individualized, the teaching approach there, and very advanced as well. So a lot of our students can end up going into high school with high school credits in math and what else?
Yeah, I would say the majority of our students go into high school with high school credits in math, Spanish, science, and you're right. It's very student-centered. It's everything we do is student-centered. When you walk the campus of Hillel, you won't see a lot of teachers standing at the front of the room, you know, lecturing old school style. There's a lot of group work, project-based work, a lot of technology integrated and infused into everything the kids do. So they're working in small groups in different areas, and the architecture lends itself
Yeah.
to that.
Sure.
So we have small group spaces and big group spaces and combinations.
Modular furniture. People can put tables together. The kids can work separately on in individual projects. They can be outside. They can be, working in the garden. We have a garden. If you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
A hydroponic garden, which is a great teaching tool. Our middle school science teacher facilitates it with Tampa Urban Gardens, Tampa Urban Farms.
Botanical? No, we don't know. We're going to let you know.
Anyway, it's a great teaching tool, but it's also an opportunity for them to give back to the community, because we produce tons and tons of produce in the garden. It's a hydroponic garden, and then they donate that food to various community food banks.
Oh,
so it's a really great
fantastic.
opportunity for the kids to grow from scratch food and then give it back to the community. It's really cool.
It almost sounds like you're given application to what they're learning. In other words, when it's one thing to go and learn things in Spanish and math, and the old adage, I know when I was a kid, it was the same way. It was like, when are you ever going to use this?
Right.
You know?
Right.
But the reality is you do use math, you do use science, you do use many of the things that you learn as you're growing up, but it's hard to gain that perspective or really grasp that until you're
Right.
actually doing it in person, right?
Hands-on and actually get to see it.
So it's nice
the
to have
application.
that experience as well.
And that's one of the
right?
great things about student-centered learning,
For
is
sure.
because the kids kind of choose the direction. What are they interested in, and then how can we apply those basic
Absolutely.
skills to the things the students are interested
I
in?
love it. All right. Well, we got lots more to talk about. And I'm sure you have questions at home. There's the website right there. You're looking at it. It's HillelAcademyTampa.com. All right. We're going to take a short break. Why don't you check out the website while we do that? We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelley Sanders. I've been talking with Miss Wendy Lee and Michael Gemson all about Hillel Academy Tampa. Now, when we left on break, we had been talking about application and what the students are learning. For example, the hydroponic gardens, which we found out the name of that. If you want to give them a little shout out, that's a pretty
Tampa
amazing.
Urban Benefit Gardens. And,
Yes.
and we were a pilot program, and the idea is to put these gardens in different schools and areas and then be able to give back to the community. It's a really neat
Fantastic.
program.
Tampa Urban Benefit Farms, good things they're doing over there. And you're a part of that, and the students are a part of that. I love how you're integrating that and application, and it's so important, and it helps to sort of seal in. I mean, in my opinion, it sort of seals in, if you will, the retention, the actual grasping, learning the things that you're teaching over there, including these fancy things that we have on the table. We cannot go without talking about this.
Sure.
This is incredible to me that this is, you know what? Why am I telling the story? You're the IT director. Tell me, Mr.
Go, Michael.
So
Gibson.
that's true. I am partial to technology. Technology integration goes through everything we do at Hillel, even starting at a young age. Our kids work a lot with tactile devices in very early ideas about STEM. They use iPads and things. As they get older, in 3rd and 4th grade, they really learn about computers, productivity tools, and things like that. In 4th grade, we start 1-to-1 computer ratio. Our students get their computers. And along with that, they have to learn important lessons about digital citizenship and responsibility. We give these kids all of this power and knowledge, all the knowledge in the world right there on their desktop. But it's our job to teach them to use it responsibly. So
And
it's a
they
big job.
learn and become more familiar with it all quicker than we do.
Yeah. They're like our support.
Yes, absolutely.
Tech support. That's why we have kids.
One of the
It happens
really
so quickly.
Yeah.
One of the really cool things we do is we have a maker lab at our school. So it's based on a lot of trends in education and a lot on the Google 20% time, where Google as a corporation gave their engineers 20% of their time at work to just create and build and imagine. And we kind of built that at Hillel. We created a Maker Lab. And once a week, our middle school students can come into the Maker Lab, or they do come into the Maker Lab, and they can create or build or make anything they dream. We give them circuitry and soldering equipment and 3D printers and robotics equipment, and they propose a project, and then we kind of help them figure out how to make that project come to fruition. It's really cool.
That's
these are
very cool.
some of the projects kids have made in the Maker
So these
Lab.
are some of the things that they have made in the lab. Wow. And I understand that this stuff here made with a 3D printer,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
making robots. This thing functions?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to see it?
Hello?
It's a rhetorical question.
Well, it
So,
should be.
So these are our 8th graders' work on robotics. And this one is a bipedal bolide robot.
I knew that.
Yeah, okay.
And actually assembled by our 8th graders. It has, I think, 16 individual servos, a lot of different sensors. And I think they've programmed him to do a little dance. Let's see.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to hold him because sometimes, oh, there you go.
Look at
Look
that.
at that. And then he can probably, he's probably programmed to do, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. That is
Yeah.
incredible. Oh, he is just getting, he's just
Getting
boogieing down, isn't he?
It is,
I love it.
It is pretty amazing what
Oh, my gosh.
what kids can do if you give them the right tools.
Now, does he automatically
the
knows
right guidance.
knows
He has
how
a
to?
pre-programmed little dance he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
and they can program him to do other things with sensors, you know, sense an object or things like that.
That is amazing to me that they came up with this, built it, programmed it, and wow, wow.
Yeah.
This is the chess piece. Tell them about that. That I
Oh,
think
that's
is
true.
amazing.
These are
Yeah.
all 3D printed pieces. We start teaching 3D design in 5th grade, so that when they get to Maker Lab, they have all the knowledge and the tools to build the things they can imagine.
Sure.
So yeah, these are all printed on our 3D printer, and
And that's
this
one of a
one-
whole set of for.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of times our kids will have them design a whole chess set, unique chess set just for them, you know, and then they can print it on the 3D printer. This
I want to
one,
come to school there.
Yeah.
And
Same here.
you're not the first adult to
You
say
would want your
that.
kids to
I'm
come there,
telling
definitely.
you.
This one was from a scan. Some of our kids took a Xbox Connect sensor and used some hacked software from the internet and figured out how to make it scan an individual. And then they were able to walk around her, get a 3D scan, and then print it on the 3D printer. But
This is
that's
just
the generation we're teaching, you know.
mind blowing to me. So this was an actual one of the students, and they figured out how to scan her using
Yeah.
Xbox technology.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm telling you. So quite possible you could have the next Bill Gates coming out of your
Oh,
school.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Google, here we come, right? Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So what do you, with all of this, and this is all, to me, my mind is completely blown. It's magic, right? But with all of this, what is this shaping them and molding them for?
Sure. Well, and once again, the idea of the Maker Lab is, and the idea of student-centered education, is that we don't want our kids to be, you know, drones sitting in a cubicle facing forward all day. We want to create builders and creators and movers, and by giving them the tools and the enthusiasm and the inspiration and showing them that they can do whatever they want, whatever they can dream, we're creating hopefully the next generation of builders and dreamers who will make the world a
Absolutely.
better place.
This is the light bulb. I mean, really and truly, sky's the limit. And you're looking at the website right there. There's some of the students that go there. You've seen this dancing robot, and that's just one of a plethora of things they've got going on over there. Check it out, HillelAcademyTampa.com. That's the website you're looking at right there. Cello? Was that a violin?
A violin,
Violin?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're going to break. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, and that was one of the pictures was there.
Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. We've been talking all about Hillel Academy in Tampa, and we've been doing that with Michael Gamson and Wendy Lee. Now, I'm still just completely mystified by the technology that's going on over there, and the fact that these students are really just geared with such incredible talents and already such experience and learning heading into their high school years. And I love the fact that they've already gained some of the high school credits heading into high school. I mean, that's huge, and it's just proof. I mean, pat yourself on the back that you're doing good things and that it's working. Whatever you're doing is working.
Absolutely.
Now, there are so many things left to talk about. I want to talk about this trip to Israel. How exciting is that? Tell me about that.
Well, it's the culmination of their entire journey at Hillel, and a lot of students go on an end of the year field trip. They actually go to Israel for 21 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's absolutely amazing. Wow. You want to talk about that, Michael?
Sure. You know, they study Judaism and Hebrew and history and Israeli history their whole time at Hillel, and then for 8th grade they get to go there and actually see the things they've learned. And you know, when you study history in Israel, you're studying history that's thousands of years old, and to walk those streets and see those buildings, it's amazing. And it's also a bonding experience. So our 8th graders, their final trip creates such a bond that they stay together after they leave us. They'll come back and visit in groups, and they stay together as friends. So it's an incredible trip.
Sure, it puts into the forefront, or you can actually see with your own eyes what you've been learning about.
Kind of pulls it all together,
always
like really
exciting.
Yeah.
For sure, and then to have that experience, 21 days, that's amazing. So walk me through that. I mean, not day by day, but you know, walk me through that. So where do you go in
so
that journey?
they have a tour company that goes with them every year, and they go to all of the major spots, but hopefully they go to some off the beaten track also. A really cool thing is our middle school students, you know, they learn 2 languages, so they study Spanish and they learn Hebrew, which is a pretty cool skill to leave with. And the nice thing about the Israel trip is they get to use their Hebrew.
Yeah.
So they go into the markets, they go speak to Israelis, and they get to practice their Hebrew, and that's always exciting for them also.
Of course.
And they rode camels. They were you know, at the beach.
They slept in a Bedouin tent. Right, they go to the Dead Sea. They climb Masada. All of the things you would want to see in an Israel trip. But for them, it's even that much more special because they've studied them as part of their school career for a decade, and
Perhaps
now they're
even life-changing. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly one of the most highlighted experiences of your life. I couldn't imagine being that age in 21 days ever in Israel. It's something that I've studied, and then being able to, again, apply what I've learned, learning Hebrew. Now, one of the things that we talked about during break is that you don't have to be Jewish to attend the academy.
Absolutely. We have a lot of students. There are a lot of teachers that teach there are not Jewish, and their children go there as well.
Sure.
So it's completely wide open. And I think if you come through for a tour, which I'm offering anyone a tour at any time, because once you see the school, just the entire philosophy educationally is inspirational. So when I went through there the first time, I was like, I wish that I could have raised my children here, because just the whole atmosphere is just, it's just encouraging. It's nurturing, it's encouraging. It's, as I said, the small student-teacher ratio makes it just a different experience, I think.
Sure. So, and you're accepting applications currently, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, for the upcoming school years.
For August, yep.
All right, so keep that in mind. If this is something that you'd like to do, take Wendy up on it. Take a tour. I love that it's a beautiful place to attend school. You're really learning a lot, but at the same time, it broadens your horizons.
Come and see the Maker Lab in person.
Absolutely.
Because, oh my gosh, when you see that entire room,
and you can do that by
looking.
And you can do that by looking at the website that you're looking at right now, HillelAcademyTampa.com. That is the website address. Log on, check it out, schedule a tour, and who knows? Your child could be in Israel in their 8th grade year as well. All right, we'll be back after this. As always, I'd like to thank you at home for joining us this week on Bayside. And of course, Wendy and Michael, it was a pleasure to have you here. It's always nice to see you, and keep doing what you're doing over there. I'd reach over and pat you on the back right now if I could. Telling you, if you want more information, you can always log onto their website. You're looking at it right there. It's HillelAcademyTampa.com. Of course, we'll have a link for you on our website, cw44.com, in case you get lost. But that's the website that you're looking at right there. If you learned nothing from this show, learn this. Amazing things are happening over there. HillelAcademyTampa.com. I'm Shelley Sanders. We'll see you next week.